You're listening to WSPD 77.1. This is Speed 77 Radio, your home for motorsports.
Hello everyone, I'm Tom Baker. Welcome to the Stock Car Steel SRI Motorsports Report. We focus on pavement late models and modifieds. In this show, we are going to start today with the Whelen Modified Tour. The NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour makes their second visit of the season to the quarter-mile bull ring at Riverhead Raceway on New York's Long Island this weekend. The Green Earth Technologies 200 will be the 11th of 14 races on the 2013 NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour schedule. And points leader Ryan Preece, the winner of the last two Riverhead races, says he will be ready. We had a chance to talk with Preece about this season, his involvement in the NASCAR Next program, and this weekend's race in an interview that we did yesterday while he was in Chicago at a NASCAR Next function. Let's hear from Ryan Preece. Ryan Preece leading the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour standings and going into the Riverhead Raceway this weekend for the second of two appearances there. Ryan, you got that track pretty well down pat. I think the stat I saw was you've won the last two and something like 4 out of your last 8 or something?
I'm not sure. I know I've won 3 tour races there, or you know, come pretty close to 4, but we've definitely been really stout. I've been very fortunate to be winning as much as I am on quarter miles. So right now we've been pretty successful there, and along with a lot of other quarter miles. So we're going to see if we can keep the streak going. And I was actually informed that I would be only the other person to do 3 in a row, other than Mike Unisco. So I'd tie him, which would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, Mike's a great guy and one heck of a wheelman, too. You've had a really good season this year, man. You're just winning all over the place. You're winning at Thompson. You're winning on the Tour. You're winning on Long Island. You have really had a fantastic 2013. Not only that, but as we talk to you here for this interview, you're actually sitting in Chicago, Illinois, waiting to do an appearance for the NASCAR Next program out there tomorrow.
Yeah, it's definitely an exciting deal, like I said. You know, this whole NASCAR Next program, it's definitely something I need to capitalize on, because I don't have a firm representing me or anything. All I have is myself, my family, a lot of support from everybody behind me, from my friends, and a lot of help from a good friend, Mike Herman Jr., who spots for Martin Truex. You know, he's definitely helped me quite a bit as far as, you know, social media wise. When I can't race, he's, you know, helped me along with my girlfriend and everybody else involved. So we've been trying to step it up so we can keep up with some of these guys who have full-time employees, and I think we're doing a good job.
Well, you certainly are. Talk about the season up in New England a little bit with the modifieds. You run different cars at different places, and man, it just seems like you're always, if you're not winning, you're in the top 3 somewhere.
Yeah, we've you know, it's definitely been a phenomenal season, and it's pretty funny actually. Sometimes people get so used to winning that when you don't win, it's just like, you know, they seem kind of down, and it's like, you guys, you know, everybody's got to remember, you know, these are one of those seasons that you don't get all the time. So we got to take every race, you know, every time we win, we got to be excited and not expect it, you know, when we show up to the racetrack. So we're just having fun. I've been very fortunate to be winning at multiple tracks. You know, basically I've won at every racetrack, you know, that I race weekly at, along with, you know, some tour races. I've now officially can say that I've won at Stafford, Thompson, and Waterford, so I've won at all 3, you know, Connecticut tracks, and that means a lot to me, just because, you know, I'm from Connecticut, and, you know, I think if you want to try to do great things, you gotta start with the things like that.
Well, it's definitely been a fantastic 2013 for you, and I know you want to keep it going. Outside of course, you got Riverhead coming up this weekend. Are there any other events planned for you outside of the modified cars? Any more starts in the Nationwide Series or anything coming up?
We'd like to, and I mean, a lot of it comes down to sponsorship money and a lot of it like that. But I can't thank Tommy Baldwin and everybody, you know, involved there. That, you know, they're still pushing me, and they're still trying to get me in to get me racing, so I can get approved for other tracks. And it takes a lot for a guy to go, put his neck out there and, basically run a car with somebody who really has no experience in a nationwide car. So I can't thank him enough. And hopefully, something comes about, and we'll just keep trying and see if we can knock some doors down.
Well, in the meantime, I know you got plenty of people that are helping you out here. Let's give you a chance to acknowledge them.
Well, yeah, definitely. I can't thank, East West Marine enough with everything that he's done this season, not only just for my Flamingo Motorsports 16 team that I drive every week in the Thor, but also on a short track level, with, basically Riverhead, Safford, and Thompson, and without guys, without sponsors, at all my tracks, Sullivan and Sons, American Lamp Recycling, JG Pool and Drywall, Righteous Window Cleaning, Elite Towing, Falmouth Ready Mix. I mean, there's so many sponsors that I can't even go to, start to list, but obviously I also got to thank Race Electronics, Pergola Systems, FK Rod-Ends, and, a lot of other product sponsors that have helped support me. So there's a lot of people I'd like to thank, and I could pretty much go on and on. I mean, I'm thinking of sponsors right now, R&B Enterprises. It's just, there's a long list, and I just can't thank everyone enough.
Well, Ryan, we certainly wish you the best of luck this weekend at Riverhead with the Modified and with the Tour, and look forward to seeing you back in the full-size stock car hopefully sometime soon.
Yep, awesome. Thanks, man.
Doug Colby, Bristol winner Mike Stefanik, Rowan Pennick, and Ryan Silk round out the top 5 in the Tour standings going into this weekend's event at Riverhead. We're going to take our first commercial break here on the Stock Car Steel SRI Motorsports Report. We'll be back with much more. You are listening to the Stock Car Steel SRI Motorsports Report on Speed 77 Radio and Race Chaser Online. For 17 years, Stock Car Steel has been a leading materials supplier to the racing industry. We're proud they're a motorsports content partner here at Race Chaser Online. The biggest names in NASCAR trust Stock Car Steel for raw materials such as carbon steel, chrome moly, DOM, aluminum, plastics, and much more. You can't build a race car without the basic materials, and Stock Car Steel is the place to get them. Don't forget to also visit Stock Car Steel's sister company, SRI Supplies, for racing and industry. SRI is the place to go for all your shop supply needs. Nuts, bolts, rivets, tapes, adhesives, cutting tools, chemicals, body shop supplies, paint shop supplies, lubricants, and more. A well-stocked race shop is a winning race shop, and the path to winning begins with 3 letters, SRI. For more information, visit stockcarsteel.com or SRI-supplies.com. Check them both out on Facebook or call them toll-free at 1-888-752-7272, 1-888-752-7272.
Did you know that most teens who drink alcohol get it from people they know? Usually their friends or family members. But regardless of where they get it, alcohol puts teens at risk for injury, to themselves and to others. You can help make it a safe summer for the teens you know. Don't serve them alcohol. It's unsafe, it's illegal, and it's irresponsible. Find out more at don'tserveteens.gov. That's don'tserveteens.gov. A message from the Federal Trade Commission and this station.
To have a rivalry, you need a rival. For every David, a Goliath. For every Hatfield, a McCoy.
Every KO, bro.
Needs a Bobby Allison.
For every fight,
a ring to settle it in.
In order to finish first.
Somebody's got to finish second.
I hate second.
Love your rivals.
Because you need someone to beat.
You're listening to WSPD 77.1. This is Speed 77 Radio, your home for motorsports.
Moving now to the PASS Super Late Model Series, let's talk about the PASS North Division. Points leader Joey Doran will lead the northern half of the PASS Series into Beech Ridge Motor Speedway in Scarborough, Maine this weekend for the PASS 400 two-day race event. Doran holds a 21-point lead over Cassius Clark, with just this weekend's Beech Ridge race and one at Oxford on September 28th remaining. DJ Shaw, Travis Benjamin, and Ben Rowe are currently 3rd through 5th in the season standings going into this weekend's big 300-lap race at Beech Ridge. In the Pass South Super Late Model Series, veteran racer and chassis builder Jay Fogelman has a 21-point advantage over Kyle Grissom in the championship standings going into next weekend's event at the Hickory Motor Speedway in Hickory, North Carolina. But Grissom runs strong at Hickory, having run there in the track's late model division prior to competing in both the UARA Stars Series and then now the Pass South Series at the Speedway. He is also on the Race Chaser line with us right now, so let's hear from Kyle Grissom.
Kyle, you're really, really strong at Hickory. You've had a lot of great success there over the years. You've had a lot of experience there over the years. So even though you had a bad race last time out at Kenley with a blown motor and fell back to a 21-point deficit, you've got to be pretty pumped up that you get to go into Hickory, a track you know very well, and try to close up that gap again.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Always excited to go to Hickory. That's one of, or not, my most favorite track. So I always get excited when I go there. And, we went today and did some testing up there. So feel like, we got a pretty good car going back. And, Hickory's always a track that, it'll humble you in a hurry. Yeah, you can go up there and run good one race and come back to next, and setup will be completely different. So it's one of the trickiest tracks I think that we raced at. So it's something that you really got to have your game face on when you go up there, and that's what makes winning at Hickory so special. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, you were on the other side of a close points battle gone bad last season. You were actually up 20-some-odd points, and then you kind of had a couple of bad races there right about this time of the year and ended up winning by only 4 points. But, of course, you won, and you're the defending champion, and now you got a chance to get it back. How you like your chances going into the last couple races here, knowing that Jay Fogelman is probably one of the toughest late model competitors in the history of the sport?
Well, that's for sure. Jay, he's real solid every week, and you can count on him to be running up front in the top 5. So it's hard to make up points on a guy like that. But as you said last year, I saw it firsthand. I had a big point lead and saw it dwindle right down to only 4 points. So anything can happen, but main thing is we just need to go and get back on track and win some more races. And when you do that, that's the best way to close up a points gap is finish ahead of him every week. And that's a tall order when you start talking about guys like Jay Folkman. But I feel good about it, looking forward to it, and main thing, we just got to get rid of all that rain that we had. Seems like, we went through a spell forever where we were getting rained out. So, looking forward to getting back to racing on a more consistent basis.
Well, let's hope Mother Nature's a little kinder to you folks. Certainly has been a difficult summer all over the country, really, with a lot of water off and on, and some tracks really running only half their races this year. So, Kyle, I know that you don't do this by yourself. We always like to give you guys a chance to shout out to those who help you out with your effort.
Yeah, I just want to thank Harrison's Public Safety. They're the main sponsor on the car and do a lot for me, and glad to be associated with them and get help, from Hamner Motors, got great motors, and DP Race Fuels, and RE Suspension, give me great shocks every week, and got a great group behind me. Thank my family. They give me a lot of support and couldn't do it without them. So fortunate to have a real strong group around.
Thanks for taking some time to talk to us on the Stock Car Steel SRI Motorsports Report. Kyle, we wish you the best of luck going into the Hickory event.
Okay, thank you.
Kyle told us that he's hoping to make some starts at the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series in 2014. We certainly wish him the best as he moves forward with his career. Spencer Davis, Cole Tim, and John Batten fill out the top 5 in points going into next weekend's Pass South race at the Hickory Motor Speedway. The Southeast-based UARA Stars late models head to the Kingsport Speedway in East Tennessee this weekend. They'll be racing the Model City 150. Dylan Bassett would like to win his second in a row at former NASCAR Sprint Cup Series driver Robert Presley's track. Sparkplug, as Dylan is known, has a serious incentive. He only leads the standings by 2 points over Garrett Campbell, and he would love to widen that margin this weekend. Travis Swain sits third in points. Dylan's older brother Ronnie Bassett and Brandon Jones round out the top 5. The Sunoco Southern Super Series has a Gulf Coast doubleheader coming up next weekend, and Daniel Hemrick is looking to make history by sweeping all three of the series' various points championships. On Saturday, September 20th, the next round of the Blizzard Series at Five Flags Speedway in Pensacola, Florida will be contested, and Hemrick leads that track's standings. The next night, the action moves to the Mobile International Speedway in Mobile, Alabama, where Hemrick sits second in Miller Lite's points chasing behind Bubba Pollard. Hemrick, who's nicknamed the Hot Shoe for his heavy right foot, also leads the Gulf Coast Championship Series, which combines the Five Flags and Mobile standings. Hope you've been taking notes, as there will be a quiz on that when we come back to the Stock Car Steel Motorsports Report right after this caution flag. For 17 years, Stock Car Steel has been a leading material supplier to the racing industry. We're proud they're a motorsports content partner here at Race Chaser Online. The biggest names in NASCAR trust Stock Car Steel for raw materials such as carbon steel, chrome moly, DOM, aluminum, plastics, and much more. You can't build a race car without the basic materials, and Stock Car Steel is the place to get them. Don't forget to also visit Stock Car Steel's sister company, SRI Supplies, for racing and industry. SRI is the place to go for all your shop supply needs. Nuts, bolts, rivets, tapes, adhesives, cutting tools, chemicals, body shop supplies, paint shop supplies, lubricants, and more. A well-stocked race shop is a winning race shop, and the path to winning begins with 3 letters, SRI. For more information, visit stockcarsteel.com or SRI-supplies.com. Check them both out on Facebook or call them toll-free at 1-888-752-7272, 1-888-752-7272.
For every turn, a twist. For every start, an untimely finish. For every win, someone who loses it. For every number, a nation. For every celebration, a brawl. For every split second, years of work. For every heaven, a hell. For every good old boy, a good old girl. For every curse, a prayer. For every ounce of order, a jug of chaos. For every twist, there's a turn.
Hi, this is Jamie McMurray here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. Want to make a difference? It's simple. Be responsible. Plan ahead. Designate before you celebrate. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
Baby, you can drive my car. Yes, I'm gonna be a star.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to WSPD 77.1. This is Speed 77 Radio, your home for motorsports.
We wrap up this week's Stock Car Steel SRI Motorsports Report with a look at the NASCAR Southern Modified Tour, where Andy Seiss picked up the win in last weekend's race at Caraway Speedway in Asheboro, North Carolina, over George Brunholzl III, who finished second. NASCAR announced that as a result of a technical violation at the Caraway race, Mark Ruman, crew chief of the number 02 car driven by Tim Brown, has been fined $250, suspended from NASCAR until the fine is paid, and placed on NASCAR probation until October 23rd. Car owner William Lithgow has been penalized with a loss of 6 NASCAR Whelen Southern Modified Tour Championship car owner points, while Brown has also been penalized with a loss of 6 championship driver points. The drive shaft on the number 02 is found to be outside of the specifications outlined in the rule book, thus NASCAR made the difficult call. Brunholzl is enjoying a 20-point lead over Kyle Ebersol in the season-long standings, with Burt Myers, Brown, and Seiss rounding out the top 5. The next race for this highly competitive series will be the G-Oil 150 at Southern National Motorsports Park in Kenly, North Carolina. That is coming up next Saturday, September 21st. That'll wrap it up for this edition of the Stock Car Steel SRI Motorsports Report. The Stock Car Steel SRI Motorsports Report is a Speed 77 radio Race Chaser Online production. For Jacob Seelman, everyone at Speed 77 Radio and RaceChaserOnline.com, I'm Tom Baker. We'll see you next time.